Welcome back everyone, my name is Charlie Wellham, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe to become part of the YouTube family. Listen, today's a highly requested video and it's a question a lot of you guys have been asking. Charlie, how do I go from dry, dull and dusty hair to having smooth, silky and soft hair? Because at the end of the day, we all want healthy hair, right? Having super healthy hair is also going to help your hair grow faster. So if you want your hair to grow faster and you don't want that dusty, dry, dull hair anymore, then listen to these 10 tips to help you get there. Tip number 1, stop shampooing your hair every day. By shampooing your hair every single day, all you're doing is just stripping away its natural oils. And by stripping away its natural oils, your hair isn't allowed to become healthy like it should be. So in order to avoid this, what you need to do is basically shampoo your hair twice per week. I like to shampoo my hair twice a week and only condition it 3 times a week. I just found this to be the perfect amount of time just to be shampooing and conditioning my hair in order for it to be as healthy as possible. Now, of course, if you can see your hair is being really greasy and it's not looking its best, then you can shampoo it. But if not, try to avoid it. Now, tip number 2 is don't be too aggressive on your hair, especially when you're towel drying it. Now, I see a lot of guys, they're grabbing a towel and they're being so rough with their hair, which is actually causing it to break and damage. Guys, all you have to do is be gentle with your hair, especially when it's wet. So when you go to dry your hair, grab a towel and just pat dry it. One thing you shouldn't be doing is grabbing a brush and scrubbing through it while it's wet, because when it's wet, it's at its most fragile point. If you want to avoid early hair loss and balding of your front hairline, then definitely don't scrub your hair really rough. Now, tip number 3, never go to sleep with wet hair. Guys, to avoid this, simply just dry your hair before you go to bed. It's honestly not that difficult. But one thing I also like to do is I have a silk pillowcase on the pillowcase that I sleep on. This is because silk is just so much more softer on your skin and your hair, and there's less pullage throughout the night. Because when you're asleep, you're moving around a lot and literally all your hair is doing is grabbing onto the pillow and pulling, which is actually pulling your hair out one by one. It's super simple to avoid, so stop doing it. Now, tip number 4, grab yourself some hydrating argan oil. Guys, I really can't live without this stuff lately because I've been using this once per week for the last 6 months and my hair feels so much softer. You literally only just apply a tiny bit into your hands and rub it through. Guys, it makes your hair softer, silkier, smoother and way healthier. I'm using the one from Forte series because I feel like it's the best quality one I've found. You can use code Charlie at checkout for this to save yourself some money. I'll put the link in my bio. If you're someone that has a really dry scalp or dandruff, argan oil is the way to go. And guys, I'm putting way more tips out on my TikTok and Instagram. If you don't already follow my Instagram, it's at CharlieWellham_. I'll be putting way more videos out there for you in short form content, so check it out. Tip number 5 is only use low heat. Now, I see so many guys grabbing a hairdryer, especially after the gym. They jump in the shower, they grab the hairdryer, they put it on maximum spray, maximum heat, and honestly guys, it's nothing worse for your hair than this. It actually weakens the fibers of your hair. And I don't know about you, but like, how many guys want to go bald early? I'm pretty sure no one wants to go bald early. But by doing this, all you're doing is causing your hair to break and fall out. So instead, only use a low heat with the hairdryer or straightener, whatever you use, because honestly guys, you're damaging your hair so much by using such a high heat. Of course, you can also use heat protectants like argan oil or a heat protectant shampoo, because this is going to protect your hair from that high heat. But in the first place, just don't use it. Tip number 6, try to avoid bleaching your hair. Now guys, I've actually fully bleached my hair once before, as you can see here, and I fully regret it. Of course, like once in a lifetime, you might want to try it out to see what it looks like. But guys, trust me, I didn't realize how much it actually burns your scalp. Because when you bleach your hair, it contains chemicals like ammonia, which actually burns your scalp and makes it so much more dry than it should be. It basically like kills the roots of your hair. My scalp was burning for ages and I bleached it to the lightest color it could go. So going from like a brownish, dark brown color to white/blonde was not a good decision. Obviously, you can bleach your hair and you can add highlights to your hair, but make sure you just do it properly. Make sure you're using essential oils like coconut oils and argan oils just to keep your hair fully hydrated, because your hair is going to be fully stripped of its natural oils. Tip number 7, avoid wearing caps. Now guys, the reason why I say avoid wearing caps is every time you chuck a cap on, you're actually scruffing up your hair and applying pressure to the roots of your hair, which is dragging it out of its normal position. You can't really see it, but if you think about it, when you put your hat on, it's pulling your hair a little bit back, which is actually tugging at the roots, making it fall out. Now guys, I'm not saying don't wear hats at all, but just limit your use. Let your hair breathe. It sounds stupid, but your hair does need to breathe a little bit, so let it loose, let it out, don't wear a cap, and you should be good to go. Tip number 8, avoid being in the sun for too long. Guys, if you're in the sun for way too long, honestly, your hair's just gonna get burnt. Too much sun exposure damages the natural roots of the hair. It's simple guys, just avoid being in the sun for too long and try stay in the shade for a little bit longer. Tip number 9, get your hair cut regularly. If you're growing your hair, of course you might not want to get your hair cut, but just get the ends cut off. This removes any damaged, broken or split ends, allowing your hair to grow naturally and grow further healthy healthily. If I'm trying to grow my hair, I just get my hair trimmed once a month. But lately I've been going almost every week because I have been trying to maintain a fade. I'm trying to currently get a little taper going on here. But if you are trying to grow your hair, just stick to once a month. A little trim on the ends will do the trick. And finally, tip number 10, use a hair mask. Guys, it's simple. Just use a hair mask once a week for 20 to 30 minutes. I like to use an avocado mask or a coconut oil mask, as I feel like that replenishes my hair best. Guys, trust me, you will feel amazing after you use one of these masks. Like, your hair's never felt it before, especially if you've actually never used one before. It's gonna make a drastic difference of making your hair super healthy. And finally, guys, don't forget to follow my Instagram here at @CharlieWellham_, and of course, subscribe to my YouTube here. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, so thank you so much. I'll be posting way more content on my Instagram and TikTok, and also, of course, my YouTube channel. If you do want more one-on-one advice or want to be in a group where a load of guys are in there chucking in questions in a mad community, which is basically full of guys wanting to self-improve, you can join my community, the Alpha Blueprint. I'll have it linked in the description.